Happy Monday, everybody. Super excited to be at the start of another week. I've got to tell you, I rounded off the week last week in such an almost like an excited state. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I've got planned over the next few months. So I'm really thrilled that it's Monday again and that we can get down and do more of the amazing stuff that we do. So I hope you're excited about getting the week kicked off as well. Now, what I wanted to talk with you guys about today is around what I guess how I process my prioritization so that I'm doing, good morning Ainsley, so that I'm doing the things that are all leading up to me achieving the end game, the end goal, I guess, for example. So what I think about is, all right, well, what is it that I really need to get out of this week? And for me, I'm actually heading away to an event on Wednesday, which I'm really excited about. I'm actually running a think tank for about 12 amazing, brilliant, super intelligent women around marketing and social media and stuff on Friday. So for me, some of the big key points, oh, thanks, Ains. Thank you, I'm trying something different with my hair. Some of the things that I really need to get in place is to make sure that I've got the presentation right. Make sure that I've got the way that I'm delivering that think tank, that I've got it down, that I've got it bedded in and things like that. So I've got to do a bit of prep work on that. So that's a really big goal for me. Now, I know that some of you who will be watching will be around, okay, I've got to make sales. I've got to get some new clients. I've got to get some re-enrollments. I've got to get more appointments, whatever it might be. So if your goal this week is sales, don't just, like, the tendency often is to kind of just go, oh, look, we'll just go and blah, 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 blah. Do as many different things as what we can and try and pedal really hard, and that leaves you hitting Friday usually feeling really quite burned out and a bit not real fabulous. So if your end goal is to, or if your big goal for this week is around sales, I want you to think about things a little bit more strategically. So we go, all right, well, if I've got to make sales this week, where are the people at? So for some of you, I can't get my hands on my planner. That's really funny. So if you're working off a planner, then you will have in here, you go, all right, I know that my goal is sales. What needs to happen for that to happen? And usually it's about finding the people. So every day, the first thing that you need to focus on every single day, other than watching the coffee runs and getting motivated, is the question you ask yourself is, where are the people at today? Where are my people? Where are my people? Where are my people? Where are the people? Are they in your list, if you have one? Are they in Facebook? Are they in Instagram? Are they in LinkedIn? Where are the people? Because you've got to find them, and unless you know where they are, you don't know how to talk to them. So ask yourself, where are your people? Now, what that comes back to, Ames trying to do emails and Facebook posts about Stretch School for July enrollments. Yeah, great. So you've got this beautiful gift of, 6 weeks. 6 weeks to market, right? To get the people enrolled. So if that's what you want to do, it's like, okay, well, where are your people? So once you've decided where your people are, then we can usually, what happens is we're like, oh shit, I need to generate leads. So you've got where are the people every day. And then the next thing is, all right, well, I've got to generate leads. How am I going to do that? So I would usually think, okay, well, I've got people in my list, in my database. What can I give them in order to get them re-engaged? I know that there are people on Facebook. What can I do in order to be able to generate leads from the people who are hanging out there in Facebook? And then, all right, what else have we got available to us? Well, we can be using your Facebook profile. We won't tell Facebook. We've got Instagram, you've got LinkedIn, you've probably got some people that you can talk to about generating some referrals perhaps. So it's really about going, all right, well, we know where our people are at. How can we turn that person into a lead? So a lead is where we've got people who are giving you a name and an email address, okay, in exchange for something. So we want to do something around that. And then the next thing that we go, all right, well, I've got to go generate these leads. I've got to get out there. I've got to do all this stuff. Ace, that's awesome. Activity. That's what we're looking at in terms of marketing. So what I normally do is, good morning, Margaret, is I will sit there and think, all right, so if I need to market in order to get leads, good morning, Helen, in order to have conversations, in order to make sales, because remember, if the end game is sales, then what needs to happen in order for that to happen? So if you're thinking about marketing, I would be sitting there going, okay, well, what has worked really well in the past? Because I was thinking about this last week, right? So I've decided, some of you know, I'm putting on a 3-day event in October where I'm going to teach you everything about sales and marketing, which is going to be so freaking fun. It's called Sales and Marketing Spy School, and it is seriously, hands down, the best fun ever. Oh, thanks, Helen. Thank you. Trying something new. And I was writing some stuff down, and I run these events a lot in the past. I think I've probably run, oh God, I don't know, maybe 30, 40, 50 live events over the years. And so I was sitting there on Thursday going, okay, so what do I need to do? How many people do I want in the room? I'm going to market it. And I actually, on my piece of paper, wrote, don't fuck with the formula because the formula works. I'm like, I know this. So, you know, I know that sometimes a lot of you, I know Margaret, you know this, Ainsley, you know this really well, don't screw with the formula, okay? So if you've had marketing campaigns that have worked really well in the past, or different ways of generating leads, or different ways of generating conversations with people in order to help them and solve their problems, and for you the benefit of that is that generally you make sales, you'll get some new clients or some new enrollments. Don't mess with the thing that's worked before. We have this amazing knack as humans to be distracted by the shiny thing, and to kind of lose and shift our focus, and to go, oh look, that looks really fun, and yeah, I'd forgotten that I could do that, and yeah, I could do this too, and I could do that. And then we can end up in a very scattered gun approach, which isn't really conducive to generating consistent results and things like that. So the really big piece around this with your marketing is to ask yourself, what has worked really well in the past? And we've got this 1 week goal in mind. I'm not talking about the quarter goal. I'm not talking about your annual revenue goal. I'm not talking about anything like that. It is literally, all right, for me to hit this goal this week, how do I need to reverse engineer it? So if you've done Facebook ads in the past and they've worked for you, go do that. If you have had great success or some level of success selling online, so using sales pages, then you need to do more of that. If you've made sales using webinars, then go do that. If you've made sales from picking up the phone, go do that. From networking, from asking for referrals. Guys, sometimes what can happen is we get so caught up in our heads around where we should be, and like this thing should be working, and so you end up beating that thing almost to a pulp to try and get a result because you feel like you should be somewhere else doing something slightly different. So rather than, like in this example, rather than trying to do all the new things and manage all of the things, just focus on what has worked before. Now, if you're someone who hasn't done things that have worked before, then this is really freaking awesome because it means that you get the chance to experiment, right? Without being hung up too much on that goal that you need to achieve, or being hung up on the outcome of what you need to achieve. So this is where I'd be thinking, all right, well, based on previous experience, now this might have been from your corporate role, it might be from when you first started, it might be from some suggestions from perhaps when you did some training, or I don't know. what is the most logical first step that you can take in order for you to achieve that goal for the week? So, just to summarize the way that I would be thinking this week, because guys, it is the 14th of May. We have literally got 6 weeks to the end of the half year. So for those of you in Australia, that's the end of the financial year is 6 weeks away. We do not have time to screw around. We do not have time to flop around. Like if you're wanting to get results, generate revenue, get clients, make this the best year yet, still, you've got 6 weeks to do that. So what we need to do, what's the big goal that you want to achieve, or it might not be big, it's just what is the goal that you must achieve by the end of this week? So in this example, it might be sales. Then what do you need to do in order to do that? Well, it's finding the people. What do we need to do to find the people? Well, we kind of need to generate leads. We need to be talking to people, right, Ainsley? 6 weeks, man. That's just, I really don't know where this year has gone. It's just extraordinary. So in order to generate leads, we need to be marketing. Now, and that's where for a lot of you, I know that marketing you've done marketing in a different way there's lots of different ways to market. You've got speaking, you've got videos, you've got networking events, referrals, BNI, you've got Facebook, obviously, Facebook Lives, videos, generating leads, doing advertising campaigns, do some promotions. What can you look at doing to really snowball the level of activity that you're doing in order for you to be able to hit the results by the end of the week? Now, the next big thing that you need to take a look at is come Friday is you want to look at the things that have worked and you go, all right, well, have I got enough data to determine whether that's worked or not? And we'll talk about that later on in the week. But really, what can you do to increase your level of activity and create almost like a sense of urgency for you without, morning Jeremy, without feeling like you're spinning into that vortex of overwhelm? Okay, because I know that sometimes that can be the tendency is to go, and you go and try and do all of these things, and then next minute you're like, killed over from overwhelm, or you've just, you've worked ridiculously late, or you've done whatever it is. So just take it nice and slow and steady. Be methodical in your approach and make sure that you're assessing it along the way. So that's Monday's Mojo kickstart for you for the week, for the coffee run. Hope you all have a really amazing Monday. I can't wait to talk with you tomorrow. We're talking about, how fun. We're talking about finding your voice online in Unstoppable Entrepreneur. It is, I can't believe it. We're season 3, episode number 5. So we're already going to be, that's crazy. It's episode 5. We're already halfway through this season of that tomorrow. So that's tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to start talking a lot more about Sales and Marketing Spy School. And part of this ties in last week to what I was saying around not being so freaking boring and cardboard and rigid around our marketing. Right? So being a little bit more entertaining, being a little bit more fun, having a bit more of being able to play in what we're doing while still achieving a result. So Sales and Marketing Spy School happening in October. We're going to be up on the Gold Coast. I can't wait. And so I'll talk with you more about that over the coming weeks. But for now, focus on your goal for this week. Reverse engineer how you're going to achieve it and go kick some major ass. All right, guys, have an amazing day. Bye.